on your favorite song. Everyone can sing along. That's the part about it. Come on up to the benches. All your troubles fall inside. With your polka dancing through the night.
Ohio, or wherever we are, how you all doing this afternoon? We are the LIVEwire Band. It is our honor to share the stage this evening with the DynaBrass in 7 until I think midnight or 1 o'clock tonight, and as long as you guys keep the party going, right, we're going to keep playing. Here we go, we're going to put Mr. Rick Bieber to work on the vocal for you right now. When we took a look at the weather forecast out here, it was like cloudy and rainy all weekend long. We brought the weather with us from Wisconsin. But right now we'll do a tune called the Sunshine Fever polka for you right now. Mr. Ricky B on the vocals, off our very first CD release. for you for our very first CD release, one called The Sunshine Feeling Polka. We're going to stick with that very first CD for you right now. We're going to do another tune off that very first release many years ago. Boy, 20 years ago almost already, that first release came out. It's hard to believe. But here we go, we're going to put Zach to work on the vocals for you right now. It's an old-time polka tune for you right now. We'll send this one out to the wives of the band that made the trip here with us this weekend. Yeah, he's my bedmate. He's been my bedmate for all these road trips. The beds are pretty small here at the hotel. So I've got a barricade set up in between my bed.
Ask Ringo how he got those beats.
So also for my bed buddy Ringo, who sang this song on the very first CD, my bedmate over there, Ringo. Here's one called I've Got a Polish Girlfriend. Our very first CD release, that's a tune called I've Got a Polish Girlfriend Polka. So we'll switch things over from the Polish Girlfriend, and we're going to put Art G to work on the vocals for you this time. Polish vocal. He used to be our Polish playboy in the band. And here's one he sang on a couple CDs ago as well.
I'm 3 years younger than you. I don't remember. Here we go. Send out to Gary and Jerry out there. Thanks. First time seeing LIVEwire in person, so thank you for coming out this afternoon to see us and stop and say hi. So we do appreciate that.
And then my parents had my parents had
Here we go, Archie on the vocals. Here's an old-time standard Polish tune for you. Here's one called the Playboy. Okay. There you go, polka time for you right there. That's our G on the vocals. A tune called the Playboy Polka.
I have a hoodie.
And one, two. All right, here we go. So we did a couple tunes off the first CD and the second and third CD for you. Right now we're going to do a tune off of the brand new CD, which, it's my pleasure to say, is available to the left of my left of the bandstand, your right. So if you'd like to get a copy of a CD called One Too Many, you are going to hear all those songs on that CD here this evening. So stay tuned. You'll hear all 16 of those tunes. And here's the very first one of those. We're going to keep our G on the vocals for you right now. Another Polish tune for you, an oldie but a goodie. Here's one called Zach. She'll stay single. Okay.
Oh, so who's staying single? Is it Zach? Is it me? Is it Johnny? Who's staying single there? Everyone.
I guess maybe I should say Hayden should stay single. But,
Hayden, yes, Cavalier, that works.
Oczy na
There you go. That's a tune off of that brand new CD for you, old timer. One called Hayden. Should stay single, okay?
Everybody should say something. No, you still believe in love out there? All right, good. All right.
Not even a year ago.
Oh boy. So how's everybody doing out there? You guys recovering from last night?
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
I went to bed early last night. I was a good boy. You were a good boy.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys tell my wife that. Here you go, Ricky B on the vocals for you. Off of that last CD release for you. I can't remember the names anymore.
Short Circuit.
Help me out, color man Arthur.
Short Circuit. At least that was the last one. I don't remember if this one was on that one, but
They're all blur.
I think it was.
Here we go, Ricky B on the vocals for you. Here's an old Dynatones tune for you that they made real famous. Here's one called You've Got to Be My Baby. Okay.
Well, you say that you're my baby, well, that you're my baby, but it seems to me that you got broken eyes. If you wanna be my baby, you gotta be my baby. Take your fingers in two different piles. I remember how you believed it. I know you said you needed it, and I believe that I was fine. So if you wanna be my baby, then you gotta be my baby, and be nobody's baby but mine. There was another, so I went to ask your mother if anyone else was coming around but me. She gave me no satisfaction, but now I can't take action. But I think that I'll just hang around and see. Wanna be my baby, you gotta be my baby, you gotta come to me and let me know. And if you wanna be my baby, then you gotta be my baby. I'm waiting around to let you know. Thank you.
There you go, off that short circuits. One called You've Got to Be My Baby polka. All right, we're going to do one for all the waltz dancers out there. We're going to do a waltz for you off our brand new CD. You may have heard this one on the Jammer. We did pre-release this, so you may have heard it on the Polka Jammer. If you listen like polka nuts like we do to the Polka Jammer all the time. Right, how many of you guys listen to Polka Jammer all the time? How many of you got it on in your car when you're driving to and fro from work? How many of you got it on in the barn when you're milking cows? Oh, we got one. We got two. We got two. Yep, so Pat says the cows give a lot more milk listening to the Polka Jammer. So here we go. We're going to do a tune for you. It was written by our buddy, Mr. Jeremy Seelig, who was a member of the LIVEwire band. He also played with Squeezebox and the Polish Connection. We're also going to feature the New Horizon Award winner, Mr. Hayden Saha, on the sax solo on this tune. Once again, congratulations to Mr. Hayden Saha, our USPA New Horizon Award winner. So here we go, off of that brand new CD, Waltz Time for all the waltz dancers. Here's one called If Pigs Could Fly. Waltz.
If I had half a chance of changing this land into something more than right, and if I had half a clue, I know just what to do, and I'd dream next to you all night. But my eyes are always tears, 'cause you're scaring away through me. But if pigs could fly to an unclouded sky, then maybe you'd be mine. So I see every day how time slips away. I can't help but think of you, and what might have been, what could have been, if a miracle had come true. But my dreams are always true, 'cause without you I always will. Until skies align in an unending sky, then maybe you'll be mine. Oh, wait a minute.
There we go, brand new tune for original for LiveWire. It's off that One Too Many brand new release. There's a tune called If Pigs Could Fly. Here we go, here's another tune for you off that brand new CD. Like I said, you will hear all the songs, all 16 of them, this evening, off of that brand new CD.
Here, we'll send us out first for our friends Dale and Renda. Thank you for coming out. Great to see you guys again. Thank you, Renda, for all the videotaping you do throughout the year for all of us that can't make it to every festival. We do appreciate that.
So one thing you know about my friend Aaron here, he has terrible timing on sending songs out. So we're going to do a tune called the Our Breakup Polka for Dale and Brenda. What a great song to send out, huh?
A lot of depressing tunes in that set, jeez.
A fool never learns.
Here we go, Archie, on the Polish vocal for you, off of that brand new CD. Here's one called, it's an oldie but a goodie. Here's one called the Our Breakup. And how about the Our Makeup Polka? There we go, there's an oldie but a goodie. I see you guys singing the vocals of that one, so I know you know that too. That's one called the Our Breakup Polka. It's one of those Polish tunes you'll find on the One Too Many release. That once again is available.
Here we go. We'll do another song off that latest CD we have, the One Too Many CD, which is available over here. If you look at the pretty lady in the red dress, she'll be more than happy to help you out. Or else the lovely lady in pink will help you out. Or even the big stallion right there with the blue striped shirt on. Hey, Harrison, wave your hand so I know who you are. He'll be more than happy to help you out with those CDs or t-shirts. Here we go. We'll send this out for Haley because that's one of her favorite songs. We'll also send it out to Big Al Rose probably watching on YouTube at home somewhere from Pennsylvania. And everyone else is from Pennsylvania. They came out here this weekend. How can we get the ladies in front here? Representing Pennsylvania for the USPA. We got the new CD, one called "You Got a Friend in Pennsylvania."
You should know you've got a friend in Pennsylvania. They're still missing you. You've got a friend in Pennsylvania that sure feeling blue. I often think about that girl from Pennsylvania, and I wonder if that pretty lady thinks of me. And I swear someday I'm going back to make her mine, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll stay this time. You've got a friend in Pennsylvania that's still missing you. You've got a friend in Pennsylvania that sure feeling blue.
There you go, once again, off that very brand new CD for you. For all the friends here from Pennsylvania, our friends from Pennsylvania. Gotta love driving through that state, huh?
Oh. But enough about Pennsylvania. Okay, all right, there it is. Okay, you had your moment.
Oh, wait a minute here. Do I hear something from the Gospel of Arthur Gajewski? Father Arthur here? Especially for him.
Yes, for Kim.
For all the Hendricks out there.
Okay, we'll send this tune out to everyone from Michigan because you all have something that we want in Wisconsin, and that's the UP. And I've got battle plans drawn up. We're gonna conquer that territory once again at some point. Take back what's rightfully ours. Just saying.
Starts with taking that bridge out from the lower half to the upper half.
Yes.
Build a wall.
Tear down that bridge, as they say. Yes.
Michigan to Wisconsin, we need a bridge across the water. Like not the map, the one that goes like Michigan, Wisconsin.
No. It's part of Wisconsin. No. It's not its own thing. No, it's Wisconsin. All right, we got to do just a little bit of church, real quick. Okay, here we go. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. Amen. The beauty of doing that first set is you'll probably hear it again.
just so you know, the Cowboys may be America's team, but the Packers are God's team.
Go, Pack, go.
Here we go, we're gonna do a little tune we call the Wisconsin Medley for you, and it's also on that very brand new CD for all our friends here from Wisconsin who made the trip.
We're living old style here. Our friends are old style here. Grab yourself an old style. All our friends are here. We're living old style here. We work hard to bring home the bacon. One more working day to spend. I just wanna be with friends. We're living old style here. We're living old style here. My friends are old style here. Wrap yourself in old style. All our friends are here. We're living old style here.
We go Green Bay, we go Green Bay, we go Green Bay, we go Green Bay. We know what Packers, we watch them play. When they score a touchdown, we shout hooray! Hey! We all have so much fun. We go Green Bay, we go Green Bay,
We go Green Bay.
we go Green Bay,
We go Green Bay.
we go to big fun. We shop all day, we go shop for liquor. We buy cheap beer and hey! That's how we have fun when we come here. We go Green Bay. We go Green Bay.
We go Green Bay.
We know what matters. We watch us play. When they score a touchdown, we shout hooray! Hey! We all have so much fun. Go Green Bay. All right, now tell me what's going to happen this year.
Green Bay Packers, Green Bay Packers, they are number one. Green Bay Packers, Green Bay Packers, we have lots of fun. Green Bay Packers, Green Bay Packers, going all the way. Green Bay Packers, Green Bay Packers, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, sing along.
Way die die die, way die die die, way die 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 die, way die die die, way die die die, way die 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 die.
There you go, for the gang here from Wisconsin, that's what we call Wisconsin medley for you.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers. You inherited Aaron Rodgers from us. We don't want him back. That's why you have him.
You got our sloppy seconds, you know what I mean? Oh, the Jets sloppy seconds. Sloppy folks.
Not Mason Rudolph, though.
Okay. All right, here we go. Country flavored for you right now. We'll do a country flavored tune for you. Now, don't deter that. Don't let that song deter you from buying the CD. It is on there, but there's 15 other good songs on there. You can eliminate that one if you're not from Wisconsin. Hit the skip button. Yeah.
Or if you buy the thumb drive, you can just delete it.
That's a good name for a polka band, the Skip. Here we go, we're gonna put Pat Cash to work on the vocals for you. Country flavors, here's one everybody knows. And maybe isn't quite polarizing as the last song. Here's one called The Burning Ring of Fire Polka.
Love is a burning flame, and it takes a fiery ring, bound by light and fire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. And I flamed away higher. Burn, burn, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and it flamed away higher. And it burned, burned, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet, when hearts like ours beat. I felt you just like a child, and know that fire is lost. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and I flamed away higher. And it burned, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burned, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. And it burned, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
There you go, country flavor for our very own Mr. Pat Cash on the vocals for you. It's a tune called The Burning Ring of Fire Polka. Here we go, we're going to go back a CD for you right now. We're going to put Arthur Gajewski to work back on the vocals for you once again. Here we go, sing along time for you right now. Here's an oldie but a goodie. Here's one called Now You See Her, Now You Don't, Polka. Not sure where she went, but we don't see her right now.
She gone. a while. But lately she passes me by, wishing somehow that she won't. Oh, I just will die as she walks on by. Now I see her now flying on. Wishing that she loved me, but I don't see her love. I'll sing it on her tongue. I am over in my arms, but I awake. Now I see her now flying on. Now I see her now flying on. But I see her laugh for me, with a smile that says not for me. When she threw me down, I chose to walk. When there was your name, I'll go into a bad day. With it goodbye, now I see her now flying on.
On the vocals play right there, an old time one called Now You See Her. Now you don't, okay. We're gonna do one off the pages of Mr. Rick Beekler. So if Rick Beekler had his way and in another life, he probably would have hair down to his knees and he'd be playing in an 80s rock band. So yes, we have an 80s rocker on bass. Unfortunately, so he comes up with these crazy ideas every now and then, and here's one of those crazy ideas. You're going to hear a couple more of those crazy ideas. And we're going to play off that brand new CD, so there's a few on there as well. So we played some of those Polish tunes. We've also got some of these crazy ballads on there as well. Here's one we did a couple CDs ago. It's a Bryan Adams tune, it's a ballad. It might even be called elevator music at some point, but here we go. Here's a tune called Heaven.
Yeah. Find it hard to believe love is all I need. Find it in your heart. This is too hard to see.
There you go, off the pages of this Rick Beaker for you right there, a tune called Heaven. We have one more tune before we turn things over to the DynaBrass for you right now.
Oh, play me some mountain music like Grandma and Grandpa used to play. Then I'll float on down the river to the Cajun hideaway. The light turns so good, right around, we're gonna hunt people in the land, where and then we go, it's raining again. We'll play me some mountain music, like Grandma and Grandpa used to play, and I'll go. Just prove that I'm a man. Just bring things to the back. I'm on the bread. There's no love in the past. It's all we'll surprise. Song that's not so bad. Back home, come on, music, come on. It comes from the heart. There's something like beating. That's what you start. Praise on my music. Grandma and Grandpa used to play. I'll float on down the river to the Cajun hideaway. Hey, hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zach Fritchkuski on the drums. Give it up for Zach, everybody. We're live
Okay, you folks stick around. I'm gonna head
Ladies and
over
gentlemen, put
to
your
where the
hands together for the
DynaBrass is.
fabulous songs of the DynaBrass.
So you folks stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
DynaBrass.
LIVEwire. Also, starting the afternoon off, your male vocalist of the year, Andy Boychek, and 7. Are we doing a 50-50? Is that what I heard before we get started here? Okay, hey Mickey, how are you? You want to have the young lady pick that? Kind of grab one ticket and give it to Josh. All right, winning ticket number on the red, get your red stub out. 1916935. 1916935. $105. And see Nikki, or they've got the table out in the hallway for the 50-50. If you've got that number, go collect your prize. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it. Come on. Here we go.
We are the DynaBrass. And we're happy to be here Saturday night at USPA. Well, let's get things rolling for you right now. One called Polonia Grove off our By the Light of the Moon recording. Here we go. was just a little boy, I didn't have many toys. My mama used to say, son, you got more than other boys. They may not be good looking and you may not be too rich, but never ever the other you got none. Lucky the star always loses, lucky the star never loses. Lucky the star always find a pair of clothes. I don't need no and lucky that you'll always have a lady in your arms. I'll never get hungry, I'll never get there. And if I play that game of love, I know I just can't be. That's the you that we were fortunate, all I do is take my chance. 'Cause I know I'm not to win, yeah, I got lucky. Lucky that I'll always get it, lucky that I'll never lose. Lucky that you'll always find a pair of clothes. I don't need no holy color, how to give a song. And lucky that you'll always have a lady in your arms. Lucky that I'll always get it, lucky that I'll never lose. Lucky that you'll always find a pair of clothes. I don't need that holy color, how to give a song. And lucky that you'll always have a lady in your arms.
How's everybody doing on this Saturday night here at the USPA? Make some noise! We're going to do this tune especially for Kenna and Hudson. Right up front. One of her favorites off our Bible Light in the Moon recording. Here we go for you. It's called Good Time Girls Polka.
Walking down the street, down the street, down the street. Pretty little girl that just to meet me there. Somebody was rude. I danced with a dollar with a hole in his back of the knees. Just knocking the band was butter. Danced with a dollar with a hole in his back of the knees. Somebody was rude. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Dance somebody was rude. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Dance somebody was rude. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Dance somebody was rude. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Good time girl, will you come out tonight? Dance somebody was rude. Walking down the street, down the street, down the street. A pretty little girl like this would be me dancing over the moon. Dancing
one called Good Time Girls. We're going to go Better Time.
Of course, we got the DynaBrass going here, the Rockin' Polka Party Band.
All right, we're going to go Better Time for you right now. We're going to send it out to all the whiskey drinkers. How many folks had Crown to drink over the last 2 days? Anybody have some Crown? Hudson had Crown?
High five you. High five.
No. Oh, he's high-fiving me. Here you go, buddy. Boom. All right, here we go for you. This is for all the whiskey drinkers. It's one called The Bottle of Red. Obatic. Bottle of red or a bottle of white. I just don't think that we'll cut it tonight. I'd rather have some whiskey instead of a bottle of white or a bottle of red. Sometimes I find the fruit of the night, a nice Cabernet after song line. Sometimes I need to take off the ice, get with the whiskey and out of the red. Bottle of red or a bottle of white. I just don't think that we'll cut it tonight. I'd rather have some whiskey instead of a bottle of white or a bottle of red. Will do, like when I'm home and drinking with you. Sometimes I need to wipe out the night, get with the whiskey and out in the light. Bottle of red or a bottle of white. I just don't think that we'll cut it tonight. I'd rather have some whiskey instead of a bottle of white or a bottle of red. All right, Obatic time. One call, the bottle of